cold water, my year-round therapy. So I get asked about cold water quite often and where it fits in the 4 pillars: the eat, sleep, move and mind. So obviously it fits in move because I'm getting in cold water, and it fits in mind. So as you can see, as I'm getting in, I'm controlling my breathing. It is still cold water. We're in the beginning of May, but we're in a bit of a cold snap for me, really. I mean, I got out of the car and the air temperature was around about 11 degrees. And getting into the river, I know that it's still below 10 degrees. So did a bit of breath work before I got in, and then carried on controlling the breathing as you get into the water. So people say, oh, it's a fad, it's all of these things. Bullshit. I've been doing cold water, as it's now called, for over 50 years. I'm 58 now, and my introduction to cold water, the river, was when my auntie used to take me to Simmerjat, and we used to go into the River Wye, which is in decline currently, and that was my introduction to cold water long before it became a trending hashtag for every wellness person, with a photo of them walking into a waterfall or a pond or a river or a lake in a fucking bikini with their ass hanging out, and it gets 50,000 likes. I post something about cold water and it doesn't get anything. The one time that I did do something in a similar vein, I wore a mankini, a lime green mankini, for a charity thing that I was doing for cancer research. Cold water exposure every day of November. That was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm not going to put people through a picture of me in a mankini up my arse, even though it probably would have the desired effect in that it'd have reach. So what is and what isn't cold water, and what don't these the wellness things? I'm a warrior, I did 30 seconds in an ice bath. Fuck off. Long before it became a trend, it was what we did. As kids, we used to make bikes. Most of them didn't have brakes. Some didn't even have seats. And we'd ride from where we grew up in Ringland on a council estate in Newport, and we'd ride along a dual carriageway to a place we used to call Jippo's Tump. It was near Newbridge on Usk, for anyone who knows it, where Chris Evans used to have a restaurant that was owned by the Celtic Manor and various other things. But we used to go up there. We used to take tractor inner tubes and all sorts, and we'd pump them up when we got up a river, and we'd be up a river all day, and then we'd ride home in the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening. We didn't call it cold water, we just called it being kids and getting in the river. And it is a trend, it is a hashtag that you see everywhere, and it pisses me off, to be brutally honest. I do it all year. I come and I get in the river like I am now, and I do it for my physical and my mental health. There's loads of research that's gone into what cold water does and what it doesn't do. So for mental health, my reasoning, and when I come here, I actually check in to the therapy room. People say to me, you shouldn't go to the river on your own, it's dangerous. You tell everyone it's dangerous, and then there you are in the river on your own. Yes, I'm on my own. I'm literally 10 yards, less than that, from the bank. I stay within my depth, and the stretch I'm in here, when I do my swims, I stay so it's sort of chest deep, and I swim against the current. And I know that if I get into any difficulties, I can stand up. So you always got to respect this. So this is my therapy room. So it's cold water is proven to lower cortisol, so your stress hormone. So I could be sat at home and I have an anxiety attack, whatever, and I come down here, walking down here through the trees and everything, and then getting in, it's gone. Cold water strips everything away. The only thing I'm thinking of now is, am I cold? Am I getting cold? Listening to my body signals, and giving it respect. If you feel cold, you've gone too far. Get out. There's no rewards, no prizes for being fucking, not brave, because you're being fucking stupid, to try and mimic the influencers, who they don't show, it's all controlled and everything. So that's the number one. It lowers cortisol. 2, for me, physically, it's been shown to lower inflammation. So cortisol is your stress hormone, and now that's shown along with your vagal nerve. So what happens is that cortisol rises, your stress hormone, and that causes systemic inflammation. So the cold water, as well as lowering your stress hormone, it also lowers inflammation. And with my back as it is, I don't need no inflammation from horsefly, so he can fuck off. With my back, from my army injury, I got prolapse discs, L3, 4 and 5, and people say, well, you're okay, you get out, you go to the river and all. Yeah. This helps. This is better than any NICAD that I've ever taken, and I've taken them all. In the army, ibuprofen was the go-to. Got a headache, I don't want to do my BFT because I'm still pissed. Take 2 Brufen, fuck off. My leg's fallen off. Take 2 Brufen, fuck off. They were just given to us without any, warnings about the side effects, the gut problems that NICADs do cause. And I lived on them for decades. NICADs, opioids, benzos, as well as self-medicating with alcohol. So that's number 2, the inflammation. So we've lowered cortisol, stress hormone. Helps with the inflammation. Two benefits. One more could you want anyway? For your mind alone, this is better than any antidepressant, and there's no side effect. Okay, you might get an innie because the water's fucking cold, but is that a bad side effect? Not to me, I don't fucking care. And people say, you're mad doing that, I couldn't do that. This is what stops me going mad, cold water. So, if you could bottle this, it'd be worth a fortune. But it's free. So, Number 3, dopamine. Cold water boosts dopamine by 2.5 or 250%, whichever metric you want to use. But it's not a quick and then drop. It goes up, peaks, lasts for about 3, maybe 4 hours. There's some studies have shown that it has a knock-on effect, through the next day. It's like I've done recordings with the HRV reading from when I don't come in the river to when I do come in the river, and my HRV and my physiological age. So my HRV is higher and my physiological age is lower when I've been in the water. So up 250%, 3-4 hours, and then when it comes down, it actually raises your baseline dopamine. Whereas other things, when they crash, they actually lower your baseline dopamine. Cocaine is the perfect one. which has got the same dopamine high and spike as cold water, but it only lasts 20 to 30 minutes, crashes, lowers baseline dopamine, hence you go back to have another fucking bump. I'll stick to the cold water. Days of having a bump and sticking shit up my nose are long gone. Long gone. So we've got lowering cortisol, lowers inflammation, and boosts dopamine. So we've got three things there that, when you think that your SSRIs, your antidepressants, their job is to manage your serotonin and all. Now, 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut. So these tablets, as well as affecting your brain chemistry, they fuck about with your gut chemistry and all the rest of it. And people have leaky gut and all of that, inflammation from their diet and all sorts of things. So this has none of those side effects. There are studies that show it boosts the immune system. So it all stacks up. And people say, oh, yeah, but you're in the river every day and you're in there for ages. Studies shown from a report that came out last year, a proper medical study, that 11 minutes a week of deliberate exposure to cold water is all you need to gain those benefits. The lowering cortisol, help with inflammation, boost the immune system, dopamine. So 11 minutes a week. You can do that in your shower at home. People say, I can't do a cold shower. I get it. I've got friends and, they'll happily come and walk into the river with me, go in a lake, go in a waterfalls up the Brecon Beacons, walk into the sea, happy. I say to them, cold shower, and the answer I get is, fuck that. No, not doing it. Don't like it. And I get it. I would rather do this every single day than go in a cold shower. I do cold showers every day. It's part of my routine. So I have my normal shower and then I stick it straight to cold, and I do I'd probably say about 4 or 5 minutes. Just stood, controlling my breathing. So I'm in the hours a week of what I'm doing for cold water, but 11 minutes a week, cold water, that's all you need to get all of the benefits, and it beats any antidepressant. For me, it's better than anti-inflammatories and all the issues they cause. I only take those on the days where I have to now. The days where people don't see me because I'm in bed, because I can't get out of bed because of my back. But that's another thing, another video that we'll do around opiates, benzos, and the whole pharmacological nightmare. So I haven't got a clue how long I've been talking, because without my glasses, and I've only got like an inch on the camera here that I can see, but I think it's about 12 or 13 minutes at the moment that I've been talking about cold water, and 11 minutes a week is all you need. So if you want to know more, I'll drop links in the comments to articles on my website that go into it in far more depth. There's stuff on there about the dangers, because there are inherent dangers. After all, it is cold water, and you can drown on a cup of water. So when people, they look like now and they think, what a glorious day, beautiful, and they go to the reservoirs and things and they jump off the water towers, go under, straight away cold shock, big massive inhale, 3 or 4 litres on I say a grown man, but from a teenage onwards, a big inhale, you're looking at 3 or 4 litres. So they go under, gone. The other things that you've got to think of, it's like I said, I'm only 20 foot from the bank, and I'm only up to my waist, up to my chest in the water. So I know where my exits are. When I come here, I have a look around, I check, make sure everything's okay, make sure Welsh Water haven't been using it as their public toilet, as they do. If the farms have been spraying, what have they been spraying? You know, the water companies now sell your treated shit as biosolids that farms use as fertiliser. So, bear that in mind the next time you say, I buy local, I buy this, I buy that. Have they been spreading your shit on your food? So you got that wash off comes in the river. So I have a look around and all the rest of it. Getting out. When I get out, all my stuff is laid out ready. I got my toweling robe ready. Warm dry clothes ready. Coat ready. Normally I'll have a thermal cup with a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whatever. So that's all done. So being prepared and knowing the afters. So all of that. So long before Wim Hof was on the telly and celebrities. Sorry, I got distracted watching a kingfisher. See, that's another benefit that you don't get in a wellness studio or your cold shower. You don't get kingfishers sat, I don't know, 50 metres away on a branch, catching his tea. Nature, cold water, it's my therapy room. Like, subscribe, come back for more.